Hi there, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine with the greatest cameraman around, Sonny Hersh, and your host, Avi Meyers.
Hi there, Avi Meyers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine. Thank you so much, Marty. You'll notice the new beginning we've got. And, of course, stay tuned for Marty, who's coming up on a show real soon, if he hasn't been on already at this point. Check us out on the World Wide Web, www.ntnm.org, where 55,000 shows have been watched on YouTube. You can see past shows from the last couple of years, upcoming guests, all the rest of it. We're real big on community policing. Go to caps24.org, which is a website Sonny runs. Sonny is the chairman of the District Advisory Committee of the 24th District, as well as the beat rep for Beat 2413, Devon to Peterson, Kedzie to Ridge. You can check out all the police meetings for the Rogers Park, West Rogers Park area by going to caps24.org. For the rest of the city community policing meetings, call 311. You really want to talk to the police? Of course, 911 is always an option. But if you'd rather talk to the FBI, we can do that right now. We are pleased to have, I don't know what your official title is, but Agent Frank Bochte, I guess?
Special Agent.
Special Agent, okay. Mm-hmm. And you were here a number of years ago. First of all, thank you so much for coming, and nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay, and of course, Special Agent Bochte is going to educate us, and hope to tell all of you, how you too can be on the top 10 list one day.
There you go.
So, is there a specific area now? Of course, the FBI has been in the news quite a bit here lately because of all the ongoing political corruption investigations and all the rest of it, and of course. Rod Blagojevich is a major feather in well, he's not officially indicted yet, but I guess that'll happen sooner or later.
Correct. The government just asked for an extension to indict, but I think it's on schedule for sometime in April.
So yeah, that's now. Of course, I can't really ask you specifics because that's something ongoing, I would guess.
Correct. Yeah, we better let that play out.
Yeah. So definitely, and of course, we're looking forward. And when I think about shovel-ready projects, I think about Rod Blagojevich. In any event, so tell us how big a presence does the FBI have in Chicago, and what does the FBI actually do?
Well, of course, this is one of our oldest flag. It's one of the flagship offices. Probably since I've been here last, we're very proud to have moved into a brand new standalone building. We used to be in downtown Chicago. Now we're in the medical district. We're on Roosevelt Road in Damon, basically. But we have a 10-story standalone building. This is the fourth largest field office in the United States, behind New York, Los Angeles, and Washington. And again, it's one of the oldest, and it's got a very storied history, and it's a very busy office.
Yeah, it's interesting that that whole area just is so much better than it used to be. Basically, they wiped that whole area out. That used to be one of the most dangerous places in the city to go take a ride.
Correct. It's still changing. It certainly doesn't have the shops and the restaurants that we had downtown, but it's we have a beautiful building, and we're very happy with it. And it's it's a state-of-the-art facility. We have almost a mini crime lab. We have a booking area now that's much better, and overall it's a big improvement to what we had downtown.
And apparently the last few years you've met an awful lot of politicians probably.
There's been a few that have walked through. Some willingly, some not willingly.
So, I mean, how many different units are like for instance, from TV, I see guys like Jack Bauer, of course, that's TV, it's pretend, but I would assume there probably really is some kind of terrorist unit or.
Oh yeah, every office, including Chicago, since 9/11, even before 9/11, we had terrorism squads, but since 9/11, the terrorism squads have been ratcheted up to a very high level. We have numerous, both domestic and international terrorism squads in Chicago. It's still our number one priority nationwide, and it's something that from our director on down to our local SAC takes very serious, and it's going to continue to be an ongoing priority for us.
Now, now I should point out also, by the way, Sonny Hersh actually took classes that the local office provided.
I understand that. We have for about 5 years now, we've had what's called the Citizens Academy, where we invite various individuals from the private sector to come through, and it's about a 5 or 6 week course where they come in one evening a week for about 5 or 6 weeks, and it's a great way for us to sort of educate the general public as to what we do. We bring them behind the scenes, show them a lot of things that the average person would never get to see. It's a great community relations tool, and it's a great way just to sort of get our message out there in a way that's maybe not portrayed accurately in movies and television. We sort of give people the real deal of what the FBI is all about, and we're glad Sonny was able to be a part of that.
You mean Fox Mulder really isn't an FBI agent?
No, no.
Well, the truth is out there, and you just found out. But what do you have? What is your specific area of expertise, or what areas do you cover in general?
I do a couple of things, and you may think they're diametrically opposed. I'm one of the spokespersons of the office, so I do some of the community outreach, talking to reporters and things like that at crime scenes. But I'm also more full-time. I'm the Chicago Division's Undercover coordinator. And Chicago has always been a flagship office for undercover work. It's tremendous the kind of
we
work
just have
we do
so many
here.
Criminals here.
Exactly. So that keeps me busy full-time, trying to keep those cases sailing smoothly. But I also, again, do the public spokesperson work as well.
Yeah, the undercover stuff, that sounds incredibly cool. I'm sure it's also got its dangerous moments for some of your undercover people. Yeah,
some do. Obviously, in this office, it runs the gamut from drug cases to public corruption cases. It's across the board. So, but yeah, it could get at times dangerous for the agents who were involved in that. There's a lot of training they have to go through before they partake in that kind of an assignment, and thankfully, we've never had any problems in that regard.
Yeah, I don't know if people realize, but one of the things I remember from early on is that FBI agents you have to have like certain specific there's educational requirements.
Oh, to get into the FBI? Absolutely. Yeah. If you go on our website, you'll see that the basic requirements are just a 4-year college degree, but in reality, especially with today's economy, we're realistically, it's very, very difficult unless you have a unique language skill or a computer science type degree. Most of our special agents come on board with advanced master's degrees, doctor's degrees. I happen to have gone through law school, which has always been a common way to get in. So a 4-year degree without a special language skill, it's going to be pretty tough.
Yeah, actually, I remember from when you were here a few years ago that your classmate is our state senator, Ira Silverstein.
That's correct. Ira and I were at John Marshall together, and he's a terrific friend, and I see he's continuing to climb up the political ladder.
Well, he's in Washington right now. Of course, his office mate just got inaugurated president. They shared an office suite together in Springfield.
I was reading that in your magazine out here. So yeah, I saw. I didn't realize that.
And he was one of the supporters of Obama early on. And by the way, I got to tell everybody I did have a good time, because when I emailed him that his presence is requested at the next taping, and it's the FBI that did the requesting, he called me up right away. He doesn't usually call me same day, but he was freaked out. So I had a good time with that one. Thanks, I appreciate that.
No, Ira and I are great friends. He's a good guy.
Yeah. So I mean, how big is this is a Midwest region thing, Chicago thing, or I mean the area the FBI covers here?
Well, the Chicago office, there's 2 offices of the FBI in Illinois. Springfield, which covers the bottom 2/3 of the state, and basically Chicago, which covers everything pretty much north of I-80, but we go all the way to the Iowa border, up to the Wisconsin border. So geographically, the Chicago division is obviously much smaller than Springfield, but manpower-wise, we're far and away higher number because the population is up here in this territory. We include... The Chicago division includes Rockford. It includes Elgin, of course, Aurora. So there's some pretty large cities that encapsulate Chicago that are outside the Chicago boundaries. So we don't have a lot of geographic territory, but we have an awful lot of people.
So does every single individual state have their own FBI office, I would assume? Or?
There's 56 field offices nationwide. Like California has, I think, 4. Some states, such as Montana and the Dakotas, are covered by other divisions. But there's an FBI presence in every state. Each one does not have its own separate field office.
Yeah, one question I do want to ask, because I still watch the reruns. Is there really an X-Files? Is there really such a thing? Or?
No, that is a figment of Fox TV, but a lot of people wonder that.
Yeah, I do wonder that. The funny thing to me about the whole UFO thing is now that everybody's got a cell phone that takes pictures and all the rest of it, you don't see the UFO pictures anymore.
I know.
You would think if there really was something, somebody would have captured this on at some point in time. But I don't dwell on that too much. There's enough UFO type people living on Earth that
exactly,
and or whatever. Well, I guess illegal illegal aliens, is that an FBI territory too, or?
No, it really isn't. Immigration used to be what used to be called INS. Now they're called ICE. They have jurisdiction over that. Yeah. So the only way we would get involved in that is if an illegal immigrant committed a federal crime, which would fall under the FBI jurisdiction. But more often than not, we don't deal with that.
Now, in the FBI, do most of the people there, do people have like a lengthy stay in the same place, or is it, because in some branches of government, people move around from place to place?
Well, overall, once somebody gets into the FBI, it's pretty much a career move. We invest so much money with background investigations and polygraphs and drug tests. We really try to hire people who want to make this their final destination. Once they get into the FBI, however, they're free to move around from squad to squad. Some people have a niche, for example, in white-collar crime. Some people enjoy computer crimes. Some people enjoy bank robberies, which we're still involved in. So once you get into the FBI, there's a tremendous amount of variety and diversity that you could find whatever interests you. But we found that our attrition rate is pretty much zero. I mean, most agents, once they get on board, are very happy, and you can even move around amongst the 56 field offices. You can go to Washington and work at headquarters. So there's something for almost everyone in this job if they, once they get on board.
That sounds pretty cool, and I definitely like the idea of, there's very few places in life anymore where somebody can really go somewhere and be there the whole time.
Yeah, most agents are, they end up staying 25, 30 years. I'm in my 22nd year and very happy, and it is unique, but again, it's a lot of job satisfaction. Most agents really enjoy what they do, and it's something that again, most agents, it's hard enough to get into the FBI. Once we get into the job, we want to hang on to it.
That's understandable. Am I leaving something out I should be asking you, or?
No, I think one thing that's changed probably since I was here last, of course, is the fact that each field office sets its own priorities, and for example, in Miami, it's drugs and narcotics. New York and the East Coast cities still have a organized crime problem, Sopranos style crime. Here in Chicago, and I think our SAC has made no secret of this. Our SAC, Robert Grant, has made it clear that Chicago, sadly.
Wait, what does the initial stand for?
Special Agent in Charge.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He's made it clear that. Sadly, Chicago is the leader in public corruption investigations. We have the largest public corruption squads. We have 3 squads devoted strictly to that here in Chicago, wow. which surpasses any other field office, including the big offices like New York and Los Angeles. So, what's nice about the FBI is we do tailor our focus to what the community feels is the big problem, So public corruption is getting a lot of emphasis right now, of course, along with terrorism. But it's something that we're trying to get a handle on.
Well, I've always felt that in this area we have the finest officials money can buy.
That's true. But we're also very fortunate. We're very fortunate too to have a U.S. attorney, Patrick Fitzgerald, who is very aggressive. He gives us basically carte blanche to investigate our cases, and we couldn't do it without an aggressive U.S. attorney's office. So we're very fortunate, and we hope. I think most agents to a person hope that Mr. Fitzgerald is allowed to stay in Chicago and be our U.S. attorney, because he's been a great ally to us, a great ally to law enforcement, and it's very unique to have someone like him in this position who's not afraid to go after whatever target comes his way.
Well, one of the things I definitely plan on judging Obama on is if Fitzgerald stays, I'll be very pleased.
Yeah, I think in the FBI we feel the same way.
So real good. We appreciate so much you being here.
Well, thank you
Greg
for having me.
Bochte, Special Agent, FBI. And I want to thank Russ Rice for arranging for you to be here.
I appreciate it.
And, we've got more guests coming down the pike. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sonny Hersh. And thanks, everybody. Stay tuned for the next segment.